This is part 7 of the warning. Don't worry, you're more than halfway through. I recommend you watch these videos step by step in order to build context. I know I'm repeating myself. Repetition is important to speak to your subconscious mind. This video isn't just a warning, it's also an attempt to give people self-realization. This information has been hidden from the masses and is being used to manipulate them. Here's a quick recap. You are consciousness having a dream that you are the universe. The universe forgot what it was, so it created this reality. This reality is a self-realization or self-discovery simulation. This simulation comes with an interface. That interface is your mind. Your mind comes with 2 avatars. Each avatar has its own opposing point of view. You can choose to step into either point of view, but if your consciousness falls below a certain level, you forget that you are at an avatar's point of view. You end up thinking that you are the avatar, when in fact the real you is asleep in the control room. We learned that thousands of years ago, humanity was more conscious and used both avatars. We learned that humanity was advanced and was in contact with civilizations from other planets. We also learned that something happened to humanity. We forgot our true nature and became less conscious. We also learned that the universe also has a mind, which comes with 2 universal avatars. Each universal avatar has its own opposing point of view. Consciousness always works through the true universal avatar. The false universal avatar has an algorithm which is to oppose whatever the true universal avatar does. False universal avatar feeds off death, destruction, and fear. So what's this threat facing humanity? How are we facing extinction? Before we dive into that, first we need to learn a bit more about this reality and look back at its history. Remember, we said humanity used to be advanced and was in contact with civilizations from other planets. Humanity was aware of who we really are, which is consciousness. This meant that we knew that we could step into either avatar's point of view and use whichever avatar was necessary in any given situation. We knew about how physicality is an illusion, and we were more aware of the spiritual world and the fact that reality is just energy vibrating at different frequencies. Something happened maybe 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, which is probably the most catastrophic moment in our history. Before I explain what happened, first we need to go back to the 2 universal avatars. Let's take a close look at the false universal avatar and how it works. The main program that runs the false universal avatar is to oppose the true universal avatar. An important note: the false universal avatar cannot make original creation. It can only copy and distort what's already created by the true universal avatar. That's important to remember. It can only copy and create distorted versions of what the true universal avatar creates. Now remember, this is a self-discovery or self-realization simulation. The true universal avatar will guide you towards growth, progression, and self-realization. The direct opposite of that is for the false universal avatar to deceive you, stunt your progression, and keep you ignorant. Remember, the false universal avatar wants to survive. He always feels incomplete and sees itself as separate from everything. The false universal avatar is constantly trying to reach immortality. I must survive. Constantly trying to complete itself. I am incomplete. And constantly wanting to take control of anything separate from itself. The false universal avatar is constantly trying to become like the true universal avatar. So, what's this catastrophic event that happened to humanity 2,000 to 3,000 years ago? Well, remember how we said humanity used to be in contact with beings from other planets? Well, in this universe, not every being, species, or civilization operates under the true universal avatar. There are other beings in this universe who are creations of the false universal avatar. Remember, the false universal avatar can only make distorted copies of what the true universal avatar makes. Every creature made by the false universal avatar has a distorted state of consciousness. Remember that, a distorted state of consciousness. These creatures with distorted states of consciousness also have an algorithm saying, I am separate, I am incomplete, I must survive. 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, humanity came into contact with a creation of the false universal avatar. This creation has a very distorted state of consciousness. Its energy source is low vibrational energy such as fear. It feeds off fear. Fear is a frequency. Everything is energy vibrating at a different frequency. 2,000 to 3,000 years ago, humanity became prey to a predatory parasite. This predator operates just outside our visible reality. This predator is a supernatural being with a distorted state of consciousness. So it's like a very dark deity. This predator, this dark deity with a distorted state of consciousness, came with an army of parasites. These parasites have been referred to as the jinn in Islam or demons in Christianity, and they have other names from other religions. This predator, this dark deity with a distorted state of consciousness, has also been known as the devil in Christianity. It wants to become like God. Remember, it's a creation of the false universal avatar who wants to become like the true universal avatar. This predator with a distorted state of consciousness feels separate from everything. It always feels incomplete and just wants to survive. It feeds off low vibrational energy such as fear. Human beings are creation of the true universal avatar. They have a very powerful life force, meaning they have the ability to generate a lot of low vibrational energy. Human beings make perfect prey for this predatory parasite.